Salutations, viewers, and woo, we did it! We've reached 1K subs. I'm so happy. Like, I never thought this day would come, and I wrote up something for you guys because I honestly couldn't put it all, like, just out there without writing it up and putting my thoughts and feelings down on paper. So I will be reading off of this paper that I wrote up for this video. So without further ado, let me get to it. So my name is Game Dame, but my real name is Kristen, and I am so thankful for the 1,000 subs on my channel, as I never thought this day would come. I wanted to make this video a bit more personal and share with you my journey with creating content, as it became like a huge passion of mine through the years. I started making videos in 2015, with my very first video being about my very first PC build. I did not know what to expect back then, because I was in college in like my sophomore year, and I wanted my channel to be video game based, and I was just like, where do I even begin? How do I build a computer? What do I even do? So I started off like consulting my friends on how to build a PC. I did a lot of research of video gaming stuff in general, and then I started doing Let's Plays by whatever was either popular at the time or what I had in my Steam library, which I still do to this day, because I have an insane amount of video games still in my library I need to get through. But I have never would have known or would have guessed what entailed going into streaming and creating videos. And boy, was I very overwhelmed at first. Not only then, but every day I am learning new things with YouTube and Twitch, and I will forever continue to learn new ways to make it easier for me, so I'm able to give top tier content that I want for my users, or for like my viewers in general. Every day has been a struggle and a grind, but it is something I came to love. I remember my first few videos where I was so uncomfortable talking to the camera, and I was always so awkward about it, but eventually I got used to it. I started to get a big on my college campus, which was pretty awesome. And I remember this one distinct night. It was like such a weird experience for me. And I was walking around in the dorms, and I saw or heard my voice, and it was just a bunch of guys watching my YouTube videos like all at once, which made me angry because that only counts as one view, but whatever, I'm not going to get into it. But they were all watching my Let's Plays on the big screen together, and as soon as I went in, they're like, oh my god, it's her, it's Game Dame. It was such a weird experience. Over the years, I got more comfortable, of course, making videos and like talking to myself, that I eventually wanted to move on to streaming. Since I wasn't necessarily having the greatest time making videos, or it's mainly the time in general, because in college I was an RA. I was doing a major and a minor per usual, and I wanted to maintain my social life, and I just was so overwhelmed by everything and the amount of projects and the responsibility I had to do for what I didn't even know at the time for college, because freshman year was a breeze. So after a while, I started to stream on Twitch because it was just easy to get on and stream and play, and I didn't have any issues. However, like I said, school came first, and I had to prioritize my schooling over my videos and my stream sessions. So I made a lot of Let's Plays, I made a lot of videos, but I had to stop uploading or doing anything for about maybe a year and a half. And that didn't make me happy, because what I wanted to do was continue to do this. And what took the most time was editing the videos. And you guys, editing videos takes so much time to do. It's so much easier to record the game than it is to sit down and edit the videos. That's why I do very minimal edits, because half the time I don't have all the time in the world to make all those cool edits that people like to do. But now, like, after graduating, I did start back up probably my senior year of college, I believe, and a little bit afterwards, but I really started to focus when I graduated, which was 2017. After though, like some time. So after graduating college, I stayed with my parents for about 6 months until I got my first job, which is when I said, you know what, when I get my first job, I'm going to get new friends in a new area, because I didn't want to live in the area or the state I was in, because to me, living in a state you kind of grew up in is kind of like a black hole. Like, once you live there after college or anything, you kind of just stay there. You get sucked into the gravitational pull. So when I was looking for the jobs, I still even had a hard time doing videos and going on Twitch, because I had to generate revenue for myself. And at the time, I just went back to my old waitressing job that I had in between summers while I was applying to my first big girl job. And I worked an insane amount of doubles, so I didn't have necessarily the amount of time that I wish I had to dedicate to my channel. So eventually, after I finally did get my job, I moved to a new state. I found a nice apartment and I got brought my computer with me, and then I started to stream and create videos again, mainly stream, because again, I still wasn't sure what was happening around me. And it was just a lot easier than it was to create videos because I could just put it on and don't have to worry about it afterwards. But now, like in that time frame when I first moved, like that first year, I literally streamed almost every day because I had no friends. I only had maybe my sisters and their friends, but I had no friends. And it took me a while to make some friends, honestly, because I mean, when you're an adult, it is so much harder to make friends and surround yourself with the people that you want to surround with. And I know like there are a lot of people from my college that I love and I still do, but I don't talk to them that much anymore. And it kind of sucks because some of them are really cool, but some of them have views that I just do not agree with. And it made it hard for me to hang around those type of people because I know genuinely most times they were a good person, but their views were very skewed. So not only did I make it my mission to revamp not only my channels, but to make some damn friends so my social life didn't plummet. So I took some time and I only streamed for a certain amount of time, and then I focused on trying to get into some sort of social group. I went to many like girl groups because I already had a lot of guy friends. I wanted some girlfriends. I didn't really have that many, and the ones I did have I kept close to me. And moving to a new state's really hard because you have no one around you. So after a couple years, I established not only a time frame for when I stream and like the schedule for myself, but I finally was able to get some friends, thankfully, and get into this friend group that I really love. And I made some time and got back into YouTube editing, uploading, and creating and all of that stuff. Fast forwarding those 2 years, I've kept the momentum up a little bit, but I wasn't seeing any progress. I mean, I've seen like maybe a couple subs here and there, but I've learned a lot more about YouTube and its SEO and what video games I should be focusing on. Instead of just putting out content, I should put out content that the users want to see, and instead of me just doing it. And I realized that going back and forth, at first I thought, I was like, you know what, I'll get more people off of my Twitch account to my YouTube. But then I realized, wow, you know what, it is a lot harder to get people to go to your Twitch rather than is your YouTube, because they can look you up all the time on YouTube. On Twitch, you have to be there when that person streams, or you can look at their VODs for a certain amount of time. So I started to focus more and more on my YouTube channel. Now, I didn't have an opening. I didn't have a theme for my Twitch or YouTube. I didn't have color scheme or logo or anything that was like set in stone. So I took a lot of time to get that together. It was my visual aesthetics, my branding, my the language I wanted to go into, is the kind of videos I wanted to get together. And I still do Let's Plays. I still do a lot of other things, but most of the videos I make are video game based, but I do want to introduce more stuff that is related to me. And so I've kept that momentum up, and I started to change pace mainly because I already established my social life, my job, and a schedule. But the biggest turnaround was I started doing my reaction videos. Now, I never thought like I would do a reaction video to something, but I thought it was a good idea, especially I think the first reaction video I did was the Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailer. Now, I was very nervous during that trailer, and I kind of said stuff that I probably wouldn't say, but I was just thinking right off the top of my head. The game looked cool, but usually I would be more analytical. And throughout each reaction video, I've been getting better and better at analyzing what the game is going to be about and pertaining to my audience, but not only staying true to myself and my opinions on the matters. And what really helped me, which is the weird thing to say, but the COVID-19 pandemic actually really helped my YouTube and Twitch channel grow, because everyone's at home just doing their own damn thing, and getting those reaction videos out gave me a lot more traffic. Like I started at 350 subscribers at the beginning of COVID-19, which was like, I think March, January, February, March, the end of March, and it's now July, the end of July, and in that time frame I went from 350 to 1K. That's disgusting. That is insane. And I took a lot of time off, not time off like just off of work, but I did take off like some social gatherings after I made my social circle. Like on the weekends, I would dedicate a whole day to just creating videos, because I needed that time in order to keep up the content for you guys. As one person doing everything, it's really tough to keep up with it. But I do it because I love it, and I do it because I want to. So it doesn't really become a job, but I do get tired of being in front of my computer all the time, which my main job requires me to code. So it's like a double-edged sword right there. I'm constantly on my PC. So I was so incredibly happy because in the span of 4 months, you guys are all enjoying my content and subscribed. And I seriously cannot wait to make more videos with you all and share the wonderful, scary, heartwarming, adventurous stories and so many more other stories to play in those video games that they have to offer. Thank you all so much for the 1K subs. I am truly blessed to have an awesome community. You guys have a wonderful rest of the day. And I am so very thankful for you guys. You guys made this happen, and I cannot wait to move forward with this because this is a really big dream of mine, is to become a professional YouTuber and Twitch streamer, but just because it's something I've always wanted since I was a little girl. But thank you guys so much for watching. Highly appreciate your company as always. Please do not forget to subscribe and or follow to not only my YouTube, but to my Twitch, which can be found at twitch.tv/thegamedame. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time as always. Have a lovely rest of the day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.